Hi everybody, thanks for coming back to the channel. Very first thing I want to do here is apologise for that god awful noise that I've tried always to get rid of. I assume that noise has been generated by the GWS 360 pan servo. That's the only thing that's changed, really, to be honest, on the setup since the crash last weekend. And that's the only thing I can think of that's causing this issue. Anyway, I've ordered some filters and I'll have those installed when they arrive in the hope that it clears that noise up. It's definitely some sort of data interference getting into the camera. It's quite annoying. Anyway, I started this flight in the air, and as the description said, this is the first test flight since the crash last week, when I rebuilt the pan and tilt unit on the nose of the Skywalker 1900, which was completely destroyed by that tree in the previous video. And I just really wanted to run this test here today. So I thought it would be a good chance to also test the pagoda antenna that I purchased in conjunction with the triple patch antenna from the same guy, and test that out about 4 kilometers. And that was the idea behind this whole test video, of course. It wasn't such a good morning for flying, to be honest. As you can see, it was quite cloudy and a wee bit hazy. But it was worthwhile doing the test all the same. So I launched the Skywalker, hand launched the Skywalker as usual. Put it into loiter on the ground. Got into the headset goggles and got my eyes acclimatized to the screen in there, and set out in probably a northwesterly direction from the field. So where are we now? They're about just coming up on 1.4 kilometers out. Tweaking the receiving station antenna left and right, as you'll see the USD display change occasionally during the flight. Slight pan out to the right. Slight pan out to the left. But of course we now have 360-degree rotation, which is nice. That noise certainly gets on your nerves. Gets on mine. And I promise I will remove it. Still pretty early in the morning. Around about 7:15, I believe. Maybe 7:15, 7:30. skies were nice and quiet, nothing around, nothing else flying. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to run the test. Just clocked over 3 kilometers out now. Video still seems to be okay, a little bit of break up. It's me tweaking probably left and right again. Looking for the best signal. I also lost my 600 milliwatt VTX. That was really the root cause of the crash last weekend, because I was out flying with it and the VTX failed. Left me about 2.5 kilometers out without any video. Hit return to home, and then had to do a line of sight landing because of the situation with the wind, and that's what caused me to hit the tree. So I have another 600 milliwatt VTX on order. This is an old 400 that I had lying around that I just pushed into service for to perform this test. In fact, I'm sure at some point during this video you'll actually see the 400 milliwatt VTX one up pan right around to look down the rear of the plane. Started to turn there. The turn at that point, I know the stays off the screen, but the turn at that point was about 4.3 kilometers. That was the turning point. And at that point the video was still watchable. A little bit of noise had introduced into it, but it wasn't too bad. In fact, there it is, just sliding back into the bottom right of your screen. So kind of turned and was heading back and just having a nosy around at the same time, because I've not really flown in this direction before. Yeah, 4.3 kilometers out there now. That video is still reasonable for 400 milliwatts, so the pagoda antenna seems to be working very well. I'm quite pleased with it, to be honest with you. It seems to outperform my homemade efforts, so we'll stick with that for a little while. Look out for some better flying days. Well, fingers crossed for some better flying days where you can test the new 600 milliwatt. There's a little VTX there that's just literally stuffed into the hole at the moment until the new one arrives. It's me panning around now, looking down the rear of the Skywalker. So we're heading back now on a slightly different track. You see the railway line up ahead there, slightly off to the left. I'm just going to head towards the line and follow that back down to the location, as I know it kind of passes not far from the field. It's always a good locator for getting home. Lots of farms around here. We're very green at the moment. We've had lots of sunshine, lots of rain, and what you're seeing on the screen is the net result of that. There's a line directly below us now. Going to move over a little bit off to the left of it. Kind of try and keep parallel with it for a little way. It was a fun flight. I quite enjoyed it. As I say, it was something different for me in a different direction that I'd never gone before. Kind of flew out into the wind this time, which is unusual for me. I know it's a thing you should really be doing, but it's not always possible from the location of our field to do that, and I always tend to ensure that I've got plenty battery to get me home. I fly with 10 amps of battery anyway, so I kind of know the limitations of the aircraft and how far I can go and how far I can push it. But it was nice to fly out into the wind for a change and make a bit of a circle. No trains around this morning, quite unusual because it's a busy line. It's the main East Coast line from between England and Scotland. Maybe if I'd been midweek it would have been a bit busier, but obviously Sunday mornings it's a bit quieter. Okay, I can spot our field now in the distance. Another crossing. I remember driving over that one many years ago when it was a manned crossing, and you used to have to stop the car or the motorbike and go up the gate and ring the bell. Guy used to come out, a lady used to come out the house and open the gate to let you cross the crossing. All automated now, of course. So where are we now? 1.3 clicks out, so we're just making nice progress back. APM autopilot is still in cruise. I love to fly in cruise. It's a really nice mode for flying in on the APM autopilot. You can get to where you want to be, stick the thing in cruise and just alter your headings. I like to do rudder turns because the APM keeps the wings of the aircraft level. Get some nice flat turns. Or you can do aileron turns as well, so but cruise is a really nice mode. There's the field. You'll see me dropping out of cruise very shortly. And to stabilize. There we go, stabilised, nose down, bleeding off the altitude. See the strip in the corner of the field there. And again, due to the wind, this is going to be a line of sight landing, so there it's just switched into loiter. So Skywalker will just fly around in a big circle, which allows me to get the headset off and get back into the daylight. That video break was because I'm directly above the ground station. As you can see, we're lightering around nicely. At this point it's headset off, cap back on, and trying to get my eyes accustomed to the light again. Back in the stab. Losing more altitude. Got control of the aircraft now from the ground. And I'm going to make an approach from this end of the strip, which it's a little bit difficult because we've got some power lines, we've got some hedges, and it's always worth looking out for them. but the wind was coming from the other end of the strip, so you can see the power lines there below and to the right. It's going to drop down now over the power lines, make a right turn, try and get down onto the strip from this end. And there we go, back safely. Stats on the screen for you. Total flight 18 minutes, total distance 12.6 kilometers, furthest distance 4.3 kilometers, consumed 3 amps of battery. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.